Hello everybody. Today in this session we'll discuss market and types of market. And we can also say that it can be called as market and the types of market structure. So this is a new chapter we are going to start today. And here first we'll discuss market, then classification of market, then we'll go through the detail of the different structure of the market or types of the market. So first, regarding market, first we'll discuss what is market. According to Samuelson, a market is a mechanism through which buyer and seller interact to set price and exchange goods and services. So what Samuelson said, that market is a place where buyer and seller interacts and exchange of goods and services taking place with respect to price. So in other words, we can say in a market system, everything has a price, which is the value of the goods in terms of money. Here say you need to know what is price. Price already I have explained. So if we differently explain the price is a monetary value which customer pays to acquire a goods or service. Thus, market is a concept applied to the process that organize and execute the requirements of consumers and producers. Producers want to sell the product and consumer wants to buy. Now, if consumer buy, they can fulfill their personal, family and household needs. And producer, they can increase their business, they can generate profits. So in a nutshell, we can say that market is a mechanism or market is a place where buyer and seller interacts to exchange goods and service in terms of price. Like customer is paying price to acquire the goods and service, and the goods and service is delivered by the producers. Okay, so this is basically what about the price. Now we'll go through the classification of market or category of the market structure. Now before going to the category of the market structure or types of the market, we'll go through some criteria, and based on this criteria, basically economists have classified the market into different types or in different structures. Now these criteria are substitute product or homogeneous product and heterogeneous product. What I said, substitute product or alternative product, homogeneous product and heterogeneous product or differentiated products. Based on this, market can be classified. Then second is number of firms in the industry. Based on the number of firms in an industry, market can be classified. Like how many numbers of firms are there in a particular industry. Many firms, single firm or two firms or few firms. Based on the number of the firms in an industry, market can be classified. Then the condition of entry. Based on the condition of entry also, market can be classified. Like free entry or exit of firms or restrictions on entry and exit of firms. Based on these also, market can be classified. So there are mainly three criteria. Based on these three criteria, market can be classified, and economics uses these three criteria for better classification of the market structure. And these three criteria, what we have discussed, I will just sum it up. Number one is based on the substitute product or alternative product or homogeneous product and heterogeneous product or differentiated product. Homogeneous means similar category of product. Then number of the farms in the industry. In industry, farm may be single, many, two farms, few farms. So based on this also market can be classified. Then another condition is, entry, condition of entry or exit. So it can be industry may have free entry or exit of the farm, or restriction on entry and exit of the farm. Now based on these three criteria, economists have classified market into different types or different categories. Some of them are like perfect competition, monopoly market structure, monopolistic competition market structure, and oligopoly market structure. So from these market types, first we'll discuss perfect competition. After this, we'll discuss monopoly, then oligopoly, monopolistic competition. All these types we'll discuss. Now, before starting the perfect competition, I would like to highlight here that in the perfect competition, we'll discuss the definition and meaning of the perfect competition, then features or characteristics of the perfect competition. Now, if I say what is perfect competition? Perfect competition basically is characterized by a complete absence of rivalry among the individual farms. Complete absence of rivalry among the individual farms means there is no competition among the farms existing in a perfect competition market structure. Further, perfect competition is a form of market structure characterized by large number of buyers, sellers, and homogeneous products. Okay, now we'll go through example. For instance, agriculture sector and some retail service are having the perfect competition market structure. What I said, that in agriculture sector and in some retail service sector, perfect competition market structure exists. So when we'll go through the characteristics and features of the perfect competition, that will be more clear to you. Now agriculture sector, like say like if we say local rice selling shop, it is also a retail service. So to establish a retail shop of selling local rice does not need a huge amount of money. Okay, and all the small local rice seller, they deals with the homogeneous product. There are large number of buyer and sellers, and there is no competition. Okay, so now we'll go through the features of the perfect competition or characteristics of the perfect competition. Now, among the characteristics or features, we'll discuss a few of the characteristics or some important characteristics of the perfect competition. Among them, first is large number of buyer and sellers. There are large number of buyer and sellers in the market, so that no individual buyer or seller, however large, can influence the price by changing the purchase or output. This means that the individual buyer or seller in an insignificant player in the market, and the price cannot be influenced. Now, for example, again, if we talk about the fish selling, fish shop, the vegetable shop. Okay, so these are example of the perfect competition from agriculture sector, and there we can see large number of buyers are available, then homogeneous product. In perfect competition market structure, another characteristics is the all farms may deal with the homogeneous product. Homogeneous product means similar types of products or same kind of products. All farms in the industry produce, as I said, homogeneous product. The technical characteristics of the product as well as the service associated with its sales and delivery are identical. Therefore, there is no possibility for the buyer to differentiate among products of different farms. Then the third characteristics we are going to discuss, no restrictions of entry or exit. In a perfect competition market structure, for farms, there is no restriction of entry or exit. Okay, now why it is? Because there are no barriers to entry or exit from the industry, as because to establish a retail shop, a person need very negligible amount, or the person may take some goods on credit also. Like if a person wants to establish a local rice selling shop with 10 kg of rice, so he can take from the wholesaler, okay, and after selling he can make the payment to the wholesaler. Same with the a vegetable, okay, or fruit. Now like planting seeds, okay, so a person can purchase seeds and can plant it. Then any person can plant a fruit trees, then vegetables at their home also, or in a vacant land, and they can produce agriculture products like vegetable, okay, fruits. So there is no restriction of entry or exit. Then another characteristics, vital characteristics of the perfect competition is absence of non-price competition. Perfect competition will not involve cost such as advertising, brand name promotion, support service, then illegal activities. Therefore, there is no non-price competition. Now, more specifically, here I will discuss what is price competition and what is non-price competition. Now, before that, again I will highlight what is price. Price refers to monetary value which customer pays to acquire a goods or service. Now I am coming to what is price competition. In a price competition, marketer compete with each other with respect to price. And in non-price competition, marketer compete with each other with respect to product attributes or product features. That's why we said about the advertising, brand name promotion, support service, okay, or any other things we need to promote specially. Now, in the perfect competition market, as you can see, this is basically covering the agriculture sector and specifically non-branded product which are not branded. So there is absence of non-price competition exists. Then another characteristics is objective of the farm. The basic objective of the farm in perfect competition is to maximize the profit. Now here I will discuss what is profit, or what we can understand by profit. Profit are the difference, I repeat, profit are the difference between the total revenue received by the farm and the total cost incurred by the farm. So in the perfect competition market, the main objective of the farm's owners is to maximize the profit. Then this is one important characteristics. Then another important characteristics is perfect knowledge. In the perfect competition market structure, producers, consumers, they will have the perfect knowledge about the goods and services, because all the farms are selling the homogeneous products, so there is no need to incur expenditure for publicity or advertisement. Similarly, the producer also have perfect knowledge about the prevailing condition of the market. Not only producer, consumer also have day-to-day knowledge about the day-to-day happenings, because these are related to our daily essential goods and services. Then another important characteristics is perfect mobility of the factor of production, or perfect mobility of factors of production. The factors of production are free to move from one farm to another. It implies that various factors of production are free to move into any industry which they consider profitable, and if necessary they can also come out of the industry if the remuneration is insufficient. Hence, perfect competition exists in the factor market. Or more simply, if we say, like factor of production, land, labor, capital, enterprise, this can move freely. Like few minutes back I said that like planting trees, okay, planting seeds. So this requires very minimum effort, minimum investment. So the mobility of the factor of production are perfect, or it happens very smoothly, freely. Then absence of transport cost. This is another vital characteristics of the perfect competition. The production of homogeneous goods which are close substitute and a uniform price in the competitive market implies that the transport costs are not considered. This implies that the cost of expenditure incurred for producing a commodity is the same for all the farms under perfect competition. So in this regard, see, it can be said that the transport cost are negligible, or it can be zero also. Now, in the characteristics, we have discussed, characteristics like a large number of buyer and sellers, then homogeneous product, no restriction of entry or exit, then absence of non-price competition, objective of the farms, perfect knowledge, perfect mobility of factor of production, then absence of transport cost. These are the some important characteristics of the perfect competition we have discussed. These are also known as features of perfect competition. Now today in this session, what we have discussed market. We have addressed a question that was, what is market? Then after that, we have highlighted classification of the markets. There we have discussed 3 criteria, and these 3 criteria are, as substitute products or alternative products or homogeneous products and heterogeneous product or differentiated product. This is one criteria. Then second criteria is number of farms in the industry. Then third criteria was restriction of entry or exit in the industry. Okay, so based on these three criteria, economists have classified market structure into different types, and among these, some importance are like perfect competition, then a monopoly competition market structure, then a monopolistic competition market structure, oligopoly market structure. And out of this, today we have discussed perfect competition. So in perfect competition, we have discussed what is perfect competition and what are the features of perfect competition, or discuss the characteristics of the perfect competition. So this was basically the summaries of the today's session. Thank you everybody for participating in this session.